and I think the guy coming up is sort of makes a case why there's not a curse. MLB The Show 16, Josh the Hosh Donaldson.
The bringer of rain, Donaldson.
The bringer of rain. So prior to 2016, he won the MVP in 2015. Manny, you can fact check me on that.
Yes, correct.
Two top 10 MVP finishes in 2013 and 2014, respectively. After 2016, or the 2016 season and thereafter, he finished fourth in MVP in 2016, won a Silver Slugger, made it to the All-Star game, finished 22nd in MVP the year after, misses significant time in 2018, then has a bounce back season in 2019, finishes 11th in MVP in 2019. Now, I'm not saying there's a curse, but it just feels like Josh Donaldson isn't, and it could be because of age, but he's definitely not the player he used to be. And I feel like he's always hovering around the injured list.
Mm-hmm.
So
already this year, he's in the IL.
Already.
And I love Josh Donaldson. He's one of those players that he's just really special. But yeah, I mean, since that season, it's been downhill for him essentially. And I mean, he was 30 years old then, so it's not like he was old. I mean, that's older for a player, but he should still be having, look at Nelson Cruz's 42, his own teammate is 42 years old, and he's hitting, multi-home run games still. So
yep. All right, now this one's pretty obvious, but MLB The Show 2015, Yasiel Puig.
I can't believe he was on the cover in 2015.
Yeah, and you know what? When I saw him on the cover, I thought to myself, like, oh my God, like this guy is more of a legit big, like he's a bigger deal than I thought. Because like once you're on a cover, you're like, oh my, it's got to be something special about this guy. Like maybe I never thought Javi Baez was like on the top 3 shortstops list, but once I saw him on the cover, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not seeing it correctly.
Yeah.
Prior to 20, he's on the cover of MLB The Show 15. Prior to 15, MLB fans had Puig fever for sure.
Oh yeah.
I felt like he was like the rave of the town, especially since he was playing for the Dodgers. He finished second in Rookie of the Year in 2013, and 15th in MVP that year, followed by an All-Star appearance and 19th in MVP votes 2014. After 2015, well, nope. Never made it back to the All-Star.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
he showed flashes, like he had a home run in the playoffs against the Red Sox. I think, he'll always have his moments and stuff, but I mean, he's currently a free agent today.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was just gonna say that no All-Star games, no MVP finishes. His numbers look okay, but you can see why maybe he doesn't. Actually, I don't know why he doesn't have a job. He should have a job in MLB, but he is facing. I don't know if it was he was accused of sexual harassment or something. Like that. So he's currently facing criminal charges. I don't know if it's a criminal case or a civil case or whatever. So I get why he doesn't have a job in that sense. In terms of talent and skills, he's gonna hover around 250, 275. But he doesn't walk a lot. He's an aggressive swinger. He just never returned to what he was prior to 2015. So I agree, he is cursed.
All right, MLB The Show 14, Miguel Cabrera. Prior to 2014, back-to-back MVPs, a Triple Crown, multiple Silver Sluggers, Hall of Fame type of career prior to 2014. After 2014, he finished his 11th in MVP, then 9th and then 11th. I don't know. I don't have it chronologically listed here. 2 All-Star appearances, 2 Silver Sluggers. Now, he's nothing what he used to be like before he was on the cover. But I think it's just because of age. I don't know. I wouldn't say this is a curse.
I agree. I think this is a case of age, too.
Yeah.
After the cover, he was 30. This is 14, so he was 31 when he was on the cover, and then he had a good year the year after that, and then a good year after that too. but then he started to kind of fall apart and get injured. At this point, he's in his mid-30s. Yeah, I attribute this to age. I think Miguel Cabrera is curse proof.
And this is where I think the curse starts reaching over to more of like what the career ended up being like. Maybe not immediately after, but like, you know, Miguel Cabrera is kind of like, he's not even on, I don't think he's even on a roster on our fantasy league right now. He might be, but he might not be at the end of the year, you know, type of stuff. But anyways, MLB The Show 13, Andrew McCutchen.
Ooh.
McClutch. Prior to 2013, he was third in MVP in 2012, had a Silver Slugger, Gold Glove, 2 All-Star appearances. The year that they put him on the cover, he wins the MVP.
Nice.
I would say curse debunked, but then he finishes third, then fifth in MVP votes, 3 Silver Sluggers and All-Star appearances in a row. Hasn't been, I have here MVP, but I think I meant to say he hasn't been to the All-Star since 2015.
No, he hasn't.
But I think Andrew McCutchen has always been a consistent player. And he's currently the leadoff hitter more often than not on the Phillies. So I would say he dodged the curse because, I mean, he's still the leadoff hitter on an MLB baseball team that's competing for the playoffs. They're not like on a rebuild.
I think McCutchen was such a good player that the curse just like knocked him down a notch. But he's still really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think he's curse proof. I think the curse did something to him. I just don't think it was enough to knock him out of baseball. And by the way, he did miss almost an entire season. Didn't he have like a horrible injury? Maybe his first year with the Phillies.
I think so. Yeah. He did. That was last year, I think, right? Or
like his batting average, because when I think of McCutchen, I think of a hitter. He was a perennial hitter. He wasn't like a power hitter or anything. He's just a really good contact hitter. But here we go. He was on the cover in 13. He hit 317. In 14, 314, then 292, 256. He gets a little spike with 279, and then it starts dropping again. So his hitting abilities definitely diminished since then.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Thank
you for making the case for you, man.
Thank you. MLB The Show 12. Adrián González for the American cover. Jose Bautista for the international cover. Prior to 2012, he was the All-Star MVP, Silver Slugger, Gold Glove caliber. He was putting up beast numbers consistently. After 2012, I personally think after that first year with the Red Sox, he's never really performed like he used to. Could be age, I don't know. He did end up having a year where he finished 7th in MVP, got a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger in 2014, and made it to the All-Star in 2015. But again, that whole making it to the All-Star thing, it's shaky sometimes because you might have a guy make it to the All-Star of popularity alone and not really turn out to have a like productive year altogether. I personally don't think Adrián González ever got back to that level of playing, and certainly not to the point that you want to put him on the cover of a video game. Like, I'm actually surprised he's on this cover of all people. He was a beast, but
he was. With Jose Bautista, he had 2 really good seasons, 2010 and 2011, where he had 54 home runs and 43 home runs. His OPS was close to 1,000 in 2010, and then wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be going. Oh yeah, and then 1,056 in 2011. In 2012, he gets put on the cover. He gets injured. He only plays 92 games. Still makes the All-Star game, probably because of popularity, or maybe he got hurt after the All-Star game. Only hits 27 home runs. Has a decline in power and production. The year after that, 28 home runs. Then he starts to collect his power again. He starts coming back. 35, 40 home runs. It looks like the old Jose Bautista, and then he kind of disappears into the ether, like drops out of the face of the earth. Like, we don't know what's happening to this guy, to the point now where he hasn't had a job since 2018.
So yeah, my whole point with why I think both of them should be considered for leaning towards the curse side is, even though Jose Bautista bounced back and had some productive years, you wouldn't think that a guy like this would just fall off. Right?
No, it wasn't the same. I remember fearing him. That lineup was scary. And Jose Bautista was probably the main reason, because he always had a knack for hitting big home runs. And I would say it's fair to say that after he was put on the cover, I'm not just saying that because that's what this video is about, that you didn't see him the same way after that.
Yeah. What year was it that he got punched in the face? I feel like that was when he stopped looking to me as like that feared hitter.
Yeah, man. Once you see somebody get decked in the face, it just you know, I don't know.
Yeah, Dominicans took a L that day.
Yeah, man. 2016. It was against Texas. Unless if it was 2015. I don't know. Was it they faced each other 2 times in a row in the ALDS in 2015 and 2016. So it was around there.
All right, guys. Now, here's the player, and I'm just saying this off the top of my head, no research done, but you'll probably never see a player get back-to-back covers on a video game cover.